Welcome back. This is Ekascloud online courses. For today's presentation, I'll be talking about Amazon Lambda. My agenda include an introduction to the service. I will also be going through Amazon EC2 and comparing that to Amazon Lambda. Also, I'll be giving some samples on a use case and showing the architecture of a particular use case. So, AWS Lambda is a service that allows you to upload a function, that means a code onto AWS and pay for every time that function is executed or called. So it's a serverless operation, and it doesn't require you to manage or provision or have any interaction with servers. So all the developers need to do is just simply deploy a code or the function. As an example, just think about when you want to use a tax calculator. In the traditional model, you would write the code, then procure a virtual machine to deploy your code to the VM. Then you will need to maintain and manage your deployment. But with Lambda, you don't need to pay or manage the VM. Amazon does this for you. And looking at the cost, it is very, very minimal operation cost. And you can deploy it across multiple availability zones. And, it's got that means it will provide you with high availability, highly secured, great performance, and scalability of the AWS infrastructure. To compare EC2 with Lambda, for EC2, it consumes some resources, as you know. So you've got virtual servers that will be deployed in cloud, but for Amazon Lambda, you have no servers to manage at all. All you need is just to have a customized function, which will be a virtual function. You have, in terms of resource usage, you've got limitation to your RAM and CPU, but with that's for EC2. But for Lambda, you're only limited by the time. It's got short execution time frame. Also, for EC2, your resources will be continuously running, but on Lambda, you run your resources and it's provisioned on demand. Scaling on EC2 means, you need to add or remove servers. So you've got some intervention, for this process. But with Lambda, it's quite automated. So you don't have any interaction with scaling up or down on your servers. So some very common use cases for Lambda include if you need to operate a serverless website. Very, very good for where you need a rapid document conversion. So when people come to a website, for example, and they require to convert HTML to PDF for some reason. So this service is very good for this. It's also predictive page rendering, very good for that. So when you're working with external services, so if, for example, you've got a payment card company, a third party that your service needs to interact with at any point on your process, then having Lambda in place, it's very good for that. If you need to very quick log analysis, it can be done, and it'll help to automate the analysis of your log. If you've got a case of, you require your backups to be done automatically, or when a particular task is performed at any time of the day, then using Lambda will be very useful for this operation. And one of the very, very common use case is the processing of uploaded S3 object. We'll be talking about that. That will be the main use case that will be discussed in the next slide. Also, Lambda is very useful for when you require back-end cleaning of your website or your bucket, and also for when we require bulk real-time data processing. So all you need to do is just customize a code that would carry out this function, and that would be very, very useful in this instance. So the use case I'll be describing is when a user requires to upload an image, but then people want that image to be resized before being stored into a destination S3 bucket. So how this will happen will be the user will upload the image. So that's the image uploaded, using his own application to upload it into or saved into Amazon S3 bucket. And this kind of triggers an event. Once it's uploaded, you get an event will be triggered on AWS Lambda, and then the Lambda function call is activated or invoked, and that call will be, or that function or the code written will be to resize the image that was uploaded into your S3 bucket. And once that is done, so we require that the result will be saved into this destination bucket, and the code inside that helps to execute the resizing of the image, and then you get your resized image stored into S3 bucket. That's it from me. I hope that was useful. Thank you.